Good morning, Facebook. Here today we're in Psalms chapter 44, looking at verses 1 through 3. And you see the psalmist here. He's going through some hard situation. Some hard trial is affecting his life at this moment. And you see right now the psalmist, he's being tempted with the thoughts from his mind, the thoughts from his heart, thinking, how can this be of God? How can God allow something like this? How can a loving God allow something, some tragedy, some difficulty such as this to affect the life of those who call them a Christian? How can he allow this to affect the life of those who follow him, of those who look to him, of those who pray him? How is this true justice? How can God allow this to affect somebody's life? How is this God's will? You see, right now the psalmist, he's struggling with his own human thought. He's struggling with his reasoning to understand how this can be of God, how God can use this, how God's hand could have anything to do with this situation at all. You see, despite not knowing, you see, he has a choice to make. He can choose to look to himself and his own strength. He can choose to bring about peace and what he can do to solve that circumstance, to solve that problem. But you see, he has another choice. He can look to God. But you see, looking to God would pretty much mean giving it up. Just surrendering everything, surrendering the pain, and looking solely to God while that pain just keeps going and going and going, being willing to look to God through it all. And you see, that's what the psalmist does. He looks to God. And you see, what motivates him to keep looking to God is the fact that he looks back first. He looks back at everything, not only at what God has done in his own life, how God has made the impossible possible so many times in this psalmist's life. But you see, the psalmist also remembers everything that his parents and grandparents told him about what God has done for the nation of Israel. How he brought them out of 400 years of Egyptian bondage. How he parted that Red Sea. How he guided them through the wilderness by that pillar of fire and then that cloud of smoke. How he made manna come from heaven. How he made that water come from that rock. All these impossible things that are just impossible, that cannot happen, God did for the sole purpose to provide for his people in impossible circumstances. You see, there's one thing the psalmist knows. Although he doesn't understand everything around him, he knows that God will make a way for his people. If God did everything back then, he knows God will repeat it. He knows that God is the same past, present, future, that he does not change not. And you see, the only thing the psalmist does know, he knows that God is in control, and that's where his trust is. That's where his faith is. You see, us as Christians today, no matter what we face, no matter what our life is surrounded by, can we look and trust in God, knowing that he will